So we're going to discuss some common ailments that owners of dogs may notice, sometimes in the early part of their dog's life or as they get a little bit older. First today, Mopsy is going to help us talk about some problems that we have with skin. So skin problems are really common and they happen in all ages of dogs, but the most common skin disease we see is allergic skin disease. Dogs can be allergic to lots of things in the environment, their food, sometimes it's things that they come into contact with. So allergic skin disease generally shows itself in a few very specific ways. So generally we will see ear infections that goes with allergies. So the ears will look pink and irritated, or dogs may shake their head excessively. So licking the feet, sometimes licking the rear end, a lot of chewing, and there's some areas that dogs that have allergic skin disease like to chew in particular, besides the feet, would be in the armpits, and then also right here over the tail. Moxie's gonna show us. Right here over the tail base is a really common area where dogs like to itch if they have an allergy. So things that we can do to prevent allergies is to keep an eye out for those particular symptoms, but also make sure that our dogs are eating a high quality commercial diet that has all of the nutrients that they need to maintain a good coat, making sure that they're parasite free. Fleas and intestinal parasites are one of the biggest reasons why dogs will have irritated skin. We're here with Winter to discuss a really common problem that we see in adult dogs, which is obesity. Winter is a little fluffy. She has her winter coat. And some things that overweight dogs tend to have problems with are arthritis, joint pain, hip dysplasia, other sorts of issues related to carrying around a lot of extra weight, which causes more stress on the joints. It also makes it harder to breathe. The ways you can tell that your pet may be overweight are a few different ways. When we look at Winter from the side, she should have kind of a little waist. She should tuck in a little bit, and we see that she doesn't. She's got a little belly on her. It's okay, honey, I understand. The other way we can look is if we touch their ribs, we should be able to feel their ribs pretty easily. So just because a dog is a little ribby does not mean that they're emaciated. A little bit of rib is okay, depending on the breed, of course. And then the last way that we determine if a dog is a good weight is from the top. If she has a little tuck in right at the waist, right behind her ribs, she should have a little waist right here over the top. The other thing that we can see if we know that a dog may be overweight is they'll have some extra fat right here at their tail base. Honey, come here. Nino is here to talk about a really important disease of dogs and sometimes cats, which is heartworm disease. Heartworm disease is transmitted by mosquitoes from one infected dog to another. Mosquitoes are present everywhere in the United States, and dogs that are not protected from heartworm disease generally will eventually become positive. So heartworm disease in dogs can be fatal if we don't prevent it. Preventative is fairly inexpensive, but treatment is very expensive. So if a dog does have heartworms, they may be asymptomatic for years potentially until they start showing symptoms of heart failure, which means coughing, being lethargic, and eventually fluid accumulation in the abdomen and death when the heart stops working properly. So heartworm disease is very serious, but very easily prevented. So now you know some of the common medical illnesses that your pet might experience during their life. It's very important though, if you have any concerns, to always see your veterinarian. Come on, honey.